Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today. So we did bounce off the bottom, and we are coming back up to test some structure. And obviously, we are talking about Euro USD at the moment, as we usually do to start off the morning. One thing that concerns me yesterday, as you can see, we were looking for either a retest of this area here. High there. So we're looking for a retest of that for a short. Didn't quite get there, but we did tackle this level here. And you can see that's 107020. So that's the one level we looked at yesterday. We got a nice big rejection off that, but then we came back into this environment. So I would argue that we are just looking for a continuation of the downside. We're still waiting for the Senate to pass the debt ceiling or debt relief, or whatever you want to call it. So they could still upset the apple cart, and I think that's why we are all over the place at the moment. So anyway, so this is a decent area to be paying attention to. Maybe down to the 15-minute would be a better bet. And what you'd be looking for is one of two things: either a break below the current low of the morning to come and test these lows, or alternatively you'd be looking for some kind of rejection here. Just pay very close attention to the structure you're seeing now. You have in between the moving averages, so this is a squeeze. Anything can happen. It can go either way. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Trend is down, so I would still argue that we're looking for a rejection. If it doesn't happen here, you'd be looking a little bit higher up at 107020 and even as high as 107148. If we get up to that level, your stop is above the high of the week. Just bear in mind that that could validate a double bottom here with diversions. You can see the diversions here, double bottom. So potential bottom pattern here. Just keep that in the back of your mind. For me, I'm kind of on the side at the moment. I'm not really keen on anything until all the noise is out the way. Moving on to the dollar, Japanese yen, and this trend line that we were looking at yesterday, we did breach it and we sort of just below it. Still looking at the oscillators, we've got diversions in place, trend is up. This is still an area that I would be interested in buying. So what we're looking for here is some form of structure at a level that makes sense. Now, we're going to have to bring this level in there. And you're going to have to pay attention to sort of that rejection from yesterday. You can see we did get going and then we got rejected and sort of came down onto this level. So first entry long was here as we expected. That was fairly early in the session. Didn't really get going. I was expecting us to test the highs again, but we kind of just rejected this area here. So yeah, still lots of confusion as you can see. I don't think there's much that we can say here. Could be another leg down, but this is a strong area of potential support. And if you just come back to the 8-hour and just scroll left, and you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a lot of potential structure in this area that we are in. It's been there for quite some time. I can actually go to the weekly as well. I think we'll go further than that. Nope. So you can see this previous swing high there. Lots going on here. Does look like a bit of an inside bar on the weekly forming, so this could be a rejection area. So anything can happen. We're still waiting for the politicians to finish, and unfortunately that's only going to happen on the weekend. So for me, I am leaving a dollar well alone. Moving on to British pound, Japanese yen, and we did come back down to test this area yesterday, 172798, and it does look like we are bouncing off that level. Very, very messy. You can see these tails at the moment, so no real direction, no real structure. I suspect we are probably going to form top of range here. So you're probably going to get a rejection for another move down. So this is another one where I'm sitting on the sides. I think it's not worth getting involved in this just yet. This wasn't a true test of the level either. So 172798 was what we were looking for. And you can see we've got inside bars but below the level, so that's not something you want to be trading. So I strongly suspect we're probably just going to range about here going into the close of the week. Lastly, Euro British pound. This one played out quite nicely, and we have a fairly strong break here. And remember, this 086490 if you just look at it on the weekly, is a very strong area of potential support, and we have blasted through it quite easily at the moment. Week is not over yet, so don't jump to conclusions just yet. Could come all the way back and form a big weekly pin bar here. That's also possible. So we are looking to short this, but not down here. Your area for shorting is going to be pretty much up there at 086264. Definitely not interested in anything down here, and even if you are on the 15-minute, you're going to have to pay attention to the following areas. There's the first one, and here's the second one, all the way up there. So 086000 will probably be the safest bet. If you do reject there, maybe well worth looking for an opportunity to the downside. And target that you'd be looking at would be something along the lines of there, which would be 085728. So that's kind of the only opportunity that we can see right now. We want to see either a retest of 086. Just be careful, because on the 8-hour you can see we're extremely oversold at the moment. It would be a lot easier to test one of these higher levels. But nevertheless, if you could have a London breakout strategy situation, so first 8 1-hour bars and then break the downside. And you can see this level's very, very close to us. So very possible to reject this area here and then move down. Yeah, so that is probably the only trade that we're seeing on Forex at the moment. Anyway, that's it for me today. If you like what you see, drop us a thumbs up, and we'll catch up with you later on. Cheers for now.